Mr. Covert.
Long time getting here, right?
Yeah, it's a long journey.
Mayor Filer, members of the council, Mr. Phillips, Mr. Epp, members of the staff, my name is Michael Covert. I'm the president and CEO of Palomar Pomerado Health. And I have a few friends who are with me here tonight.
They're just cheering because they think your speech is going to be short.
I'll try to respond in a lot of time. 2 years ago, we began a journey at PPH to plan for our future and the healthcare future for all the citizens of our region. Approximately 500,000 people at this point, and growing. A future that would ensure access to and comprehensive services for our entire 850 square mile district and our 1,440 square mile trauma district, one that we could be proud of for the 21st century. We would work to create the highest and most cutting-edge level of clinical care backed by the kind of facilities that would stand the test of time, that would mature with the ever-expanding growth in numbers and age of our population, that would meet the challenges of a constantly changing medical world, and through our partnership with Children's Hospital, UCSD, and Kaiser Permanente, meet the needs of all who wish to avail themselves of our services, which today represents over 28,000 admissions and some 75,000 visits to our emergency rooms. We'd be able to care for our families, our loved ones, and our friends without ever having to worry about having to leave the area, because we would now be bringing world-class level of care here to Escondido. And that would allow us to reach out to all 7 communities that we serve in a timely, efficient, and effective manner. As our vision and plans have crystallized, and as they continue to take shape with the help of our staff, our physicians, our advisory groups, community leaders, volunteers, and our elected board, 6 of whom are here tonight, I want to personally thank all of you for being here. So if someone's not said thank you, let me say thank you for coming and being here and a part of us tonight. We are about to enter into an era unprecedented in the history of Escondido and Palomar Pomerado Health. What we are discussing tonight is really our future together. It is not simply about whether you as a council accept or reject a $1 billion business remaining in your community, or the maintenance of 2,800 jobs and corporate offices in this city, which translates into over $150 million of professional, technical, administrative wages and salaries. And by the way, that has a multiplier effect, and you'll appreciate that, of over $1 billion a year in this community. Or the annualized purchase of over $100 million in goods and supplies and services, and the sales tax that goes with those purchases. Or the building of $600 million worth of new and remodel construction and jobs that go with them. Or the continued support of our downtown community that is only now beginning to prosper due to the efforts of such groups as our Downtown Business Association. Or the development of a technology center that still requires significant financial infrastructure support to make it vibrant. The decision that you will make tonight is more basic than that. It is really about whether or not Escondido wants to be the thriving hub and heart of the northern San Diego region or not. That's what it's about. We wish very much for the positive outcome to be the case, and that we believe, working closely with your staff, that we can make that happen together. And by the way, before I go on and make any further comments, I want to personally acknowledge the leadership of Clay Phillips, and Jeff Epp, and Charlie Grimm, and Pat Thomas, and John Brindle, and Diana Delgadillo. They worked hard, and they've worked with us every step of the way. I'm sure that they probably have wondered at times whether we would ever get to this point tonight, and could probably show the scars and the black and blue marks as we can from working hard to represent your interests. They clearly understand what is at stake. I personally appreciate the sacrifices that they have made and the risks that they've taken to get these proposals and documents before you. They are worth every penny of their salaries. These individuals have integrity, they have values, ethics, and good business and common sense. And no matter what the outcome of tonight's deliberations bring, I'm very proud to be associated with them and with the staff that work with them, our staff that work with them. You've all done a good job. And over time, I think it will show that my words ring true. So I want to thank all of you, no matter what happens. I believe that as I address these comments in regards to each of the key respective agreements before you, I need to clarify several issues that have been lingering over the past month, just so that we can set the record straight and move beyond them. In regards to the Planning Commission's concerns, I'd speak to several issues. Obviously, as you know, it was not exactly our finest hour in presentation. Let me assure you that our diligent efforts in working with our neighbor, SDG&E, relative to their concerns regarding the air dispersion and plumes, noise, helicopter flying pattern, and traffic have been addressed extensively, and a document, as Mr. Brindle has commented on, with all of the additional work has been submitted to you. We will continue to work with them now and in the future. We have been in constant communications with their leadership since they raised concerns as we completed the planning process. I believe that we are confident that the reports and analysis clearly indicate noise is not of concern, as evidenced by what you just heard and by the California Energy Commission's recent report, which indicates such, that air dispersion and air quality will have minimal impact even as a result of recent statistical modeling that's been done by the consultants, and that the susceptible receptor issue, meaning concerns for individuals potentially at risk, young and old, is minimal at best. I am sure that you are aware that even your existing specific plan notes very clearly that all groups, including children in a daycare center, can be appropriate users of the ERTC. The fact that PPH must be held to a higher standard, particularly in terms of interior air quality, by the state, in addition to the lengthy efforts undertaken by the SDG&E plant to manage its air quality, gives us comfort that we are not putting individuals in harm's way. Helicopter traffic patterns will be safely established through a no-fly zone to ensure that plume issues, if they exist, are minimized, much as exists today when a helicopter from Mercy Air or other organization has to land in Carlsbad or Santa Onofre. As an aside, it's interesting to note that many power plants have helicopter landing pads, and that such exist at facilities in California and in the United States dealing with air and plumes every day. With respect to traffic patterns and use of PPH by our citizens and caregivers, the projects proposed through the infrastructure changes to be made by the city for improved access to the ERTC can satisfactorily address the potential issues that have been raised. Further, our willingness to provide funding for expansion of Citricata only enhances use of the area. And by the way, let me comment to you that those issues that were of concern, we've resolved with SDG&E. We are good neighbors with each other. The Commission discussed parking needs on the site, and I want to share with you, we will not only meet the requirements the city has established, as Mr. Brindle has outlined, for every kind of building that will be developed on the PPH site, but we intend to go beyond that, which you've determined is your requirements, to include more as noted in our agreement with your staff. That's how you get to the issue that was brought up of 2 versus the 1.25, because we want to provide more, not less, parking. Parking is always a challenge on any healthcare campus, and it's in our best interest to have plenty available to accommodate our patients, our families, our visitors, physicians, staff, vendors. Why wouldn't we want to provide such? Access is key. You know that as well as I. Our comments in regard to the expanded North County Transit District services was to provide even more availability and access to transportation alternatives to and from the site, not less. We thought we were doing and are doing good by working with them, besides what were proposed in terms of parking now and in the future.